District taxpayers will not have to wait to file or refile their D.C. taxes, as had been feared by local leaders, after Congress and the president moved to overturn part of the D.C. tax code.
Today, the district's chief financial officer announced he will defy Congress and the White House and instead continue to enforce the tax code as written by the D.C. Council.
And as News 4's Mark Seagraves explains, this far from settles the debate and opens the door, in fact, for the city to be sued. And it also ignites a fight over $180 million that could be used to fund city services.
This all began with President Trump's one big beautiful bill that included tax breaks at the federal and local levels. Several states, some Republican, some Democrat, and D.C. decided not to implement some of those cuts locally, a process called decoupling. Last month, Congress passed a disapproval resolution signed by President Trump with the intent to force D.C. lawmakers to follow the federal tax cuts, a move D.C. lawmakers warned would create chaos for taxpayers in the middle of tax season. But today, D.C.'s chief financial officer, Glenn Lee, in this letter to the mayor and council, announced he would not follow Congress's direction and instead allow the locally passed tax law to remain in effect, writing in part, "Therefore, without legislative action to repeal the emergency law, the Office of Tax and Revenue will continue to process tax returns for tax year 2025 on the basis of that law." The CFO is relying on this opinion from D.C.'s Attorney General that the congressional action was not specifically retroactive to 2025 tax year and therefore not valid. While Mayor Bowser and much of the council support Lee's decision to defy Congress and Trump, the CFO went a step further, writing that while he will collect the taxes generated by decoupling, he will not allow the mayor or council to spend that $180 million, citing the threat of lawsuits from taxpayers or the Department of Justice or other interference from the Trump administration, writing, "There is considerable risk and uncertainty from litigation or other actions to the revenues associated with the district's decoupling legislation." So while taxpayers in D.C. now have certainty in the tax code and moving forward with filing their taxes, a new battle is brewing between the CFO and D.C. elected officials over that $180 million that could be used for critical city services in a tight budget season. In the district, Mark Seagraves, News 4.